Hey everyone, and welcome to the Mae Cave. My name is Maegan, and I'm here for another book review. And that book is A Sister to Honor by Lucy Ferriss. Now this is about a brother and sister from Pakistan. Shahid is the brother and Afia is the sister. And they are here in the US to go to college. He's at a co-ed college hoping to go to Harvard for business, and he is there on a squash scholarship. And Afia is at an all-girls college hoping to get a medical degree. She wants to become a doctor, so when she goes back to Pakistan, she can help the women in her village who cannot see a male doctor. Now, this is all great and fine, but then one day, a picture of her holding the hand of a man that is not in her family surfaces, and it's not good. Her brother is pissed and wondering why she's, dealing with men. Could she have a boyfriend? What's going on? She shouldn't be. She should, be pure and innocent till marriage and that kind of thing. And then the ball rolls from there. Now, I want to tell you everything, but I can't. But it is such a good book. It is so twisted and turned and went so many different directions I was not expecting it to go. When I read the synopsis, I'm thinking, okay, she was bad. She had a boyfriend for a little bit. They didn't do anything. Maybe the brother gets mad and starts getting revenge on her or something. But then they make up and she goes home and maybe she actually marries this guy. Whatever. I thought it would be a really happy ending. Boy, was I wrong. This thing, as soon as the boyfriend was found out about, and it went from there, and then I think part of the family in Pakistan knew, and then the brother was doing some crazy things, and then there was another brother. Oh man, it was good. There was violence, and there was running away, and I just don't know. I can't tell you a lot because it would be spoilery. But one of the things I did like was the viewpoints. So it's typically switched between Shahid and Afia. Sometimes it went to Coach Hayes, which is Shahid's coach, his coach for squash, and she would help in a weird way, and I think she tried to help in one way because she didn't really understand what was going on, and then when she did, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I'm not giving myself any way to explain right now, I'm just kind of thinking things. And then there were a few chapters in which the viewpoint was from their family back in Pakistan, which was really interesting. I like that she threw that in there instead of it just being from Shahid and Afia. But this book, there are a lot of things that happen in this book that I did not expect. It's just, I can't even say it without it being spoilery, but it is really good. And I don't know if it's very true to how people from Pakistan would act if they were in the US, if something like this were to happen to their daughter or their sister. I haven't researched that, but I would hope so. I would assume that the author knows what she's talking about. If she's not, tell me. If you've read this book, tell me what you think. If you have not read this book, tell me if you think something like this is true. I'll give you just a little bit of info. So there's kind of a lot of, her brother has to defend the honor of the family. So if she has a boyfriend and she could possibly be having sex with him, she's just gone. She basically, she basically needs to die at this point. To protect the honor, she can no longer be shamed if she's dead. Not that she dies, or maybe she does. I don't know. I won't tell you. But things happen. A lot of accidents, I guess you could say, and running away and hiding and wondering when things are going to happen. Oh man, it almost read like a thriller for part of the book, and I totally wasn't expecting anything. As soon as the ball started rolling after that, and everything was unexpected. It was all up in the air for me, and I was just on the edge of my seat the whole time, wondering what was going to happen, how it was going to end, if anyone would be alive at the end, if people would die, if anyone, who died. I won't tell you if anyone did die, but it was good. And I wish there were more, because it stops after that. After this event in Afia's life ends, you don't get to see the rest of her life, but I want to know what happens. I want to know what happens to the rest of her life. I would love it if there was a book for her beyond this part of her life, because it's only this a few months, maybe a year. I think this whole book lasts about a year in her lifetime, so I don't know what happens after that. I'd really love to know, but I don't really know, so that's left to be unsaid, I guess, or that's left to the imagination, I guess. But it is a really good book, and I really enjoyed it. It really opened my eyes a little to how it is in Pakistan. I mean, I think I knew some of this before, but I had never read anything as in-depth as a book about it before. I've heard about it on the news, and I've read some articles, but, reading about it as if you're in the story is really interesting. And there's even a part in the book where part way through her college, she goes back home for a wedding of a cousin, and she comes across a friend that she knew when she was younger, and some stuff happened to that friend, and it's really awful what happened to that friend. I mean, she's she's not happy now, but she's married, so I guess that's their equivalent of happy. At least that's what it seemed in the story. And it made her worry even more. And this whole time, Afia is feeling the sense of shame at what she's done and what she thinks she's done to her family, because this affects her family. Having a boyfriend, her family at home, if people find out that she is shamed in such a way, people don't trust her family anymore. Her sisters could be teased at school. Her mother won't be invited to social events. Her father's business will tank because no one will want to do business with him because of his daughter. And it's so awful to hear these things, to think that one person, just because you're related to them, if they do something wrong, then your whole family is now wrong and in shame. And I think that's truly awful. But it doesn't, I don't want to tell you if it ends good or bad, because that's part of the reading it. It is really good. I highly recommend this, especially if you like contemporaries, if you like a little bit of a thriller twist. And it's so unexpected. It's hard to pinpoint, and it's really good. And I keep saying that. So, I'm going to cap off. I do want to read one sentence off of the back. It's at the very end of the description on here. So it says, Afia and Shahid, who they are, why they're in America. And now it says, or the last 3 sentences, he has sworn to protect his beloved sister from the dangerous customs of America, from its loose morals and easy virtue. Shahid was the one who convinced their parents to allow her to come to the United States. He never imagined he'd be ordered to cleanse the stain of her shame. Oh, and that made me expect certain things from the book, but then it went in a completely different way, and why things happened and who made these things happen. It's just good, and I keep saying that, and I need to come up with other words. Anyway, I highly recommend this book. I give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. There were probably some things that I would have twisted around and made a little different. Definitely one major thing that I would have changed, but I can't say what that is because it'd be a spoiler. So, this is going to be me ending this video. Sorry for making it so long. It's a really great book. I highly recommend it to everyone. Let me know down in the comments below what you think, if you've read books by Lucy Ferriss, or if you've read this book. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.